Hey there, my name is Nazar, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I make eyebrows on Blender 2.80. You can also check out my pack of 10 already pre-made eyebrows done with the same technique, available on Blender Market and ArtStation. My method takes a huge advantage of grease pencil, so in order to save some time I'm going to start by opening 2D animation template. For this tutorial you also need some sort of graphic tablet because having the ability to control the thickness of the stroke with pressure is essential. In the scene we have a stroke object which is empty by default and set to draw mode. Let's change it to object mode. Now you're gonna need an eyebrow reference. I'm gonna go to the front view and drag the image into our scene. Let's enable Use Alpha and increase the transparency of the image. Now let me break down the general direction of the hair growth that I'm gonna follow when drawing. Now let's select the stroke object and go back to the draw mode. When drawing, it's extremely important to start at the root of the strand, so keep that in mind. In order to make it easier to see what I'm actually drawing, I'm going to change the color of the stroke to a more distinct one, and also create a new window, and in the Object Types Visibility, turn off the visibility of an empty. At this point, I recommend to start with thinner hairs that are clearly visible. This will help you to better understand the overall flow. I'm gradually building up the base, also keeping the same thickness of the strokes. When the base is done, it's time to start filling in the shape of the eyebrows. Here's a simplification of the hair growth density that I'm going to follow when drawing. As you can see, the hair is the densest at the center. If your eyebrows have the same density, they'll start to look fake. At this point you can press harder and increase the radius of the stroke. I'm also zooming in and out to better see the overall shape. If you feel happy with the strokes, the hard part is done. It's time to convert them into geometry. Let's go to edit mode. As you can see, the number of points here is pretty high, which during the next steps can slow down your computer. To fix that, let's go to Strokes, Simplify, and press Fixed. Now come back to the object mode. Go to Object, Convert to Path, and voila! Now your eyebrows are curves, which means you can do basically anything with them. Obviously, the eyebrows now are flat, but we need them to grow into something, right? For the next step, I'm going to make a new object. This object will serve as the plane from which the hair will grow. By extruding the vertex, create a surface that will cover all strands of the eyebrows. Oh, don't be like me and name your objects. This one is the controller. Now let's get back to the eyebrows. I'm gonna go to the edit mode and hide the normals so that we could better see the curves. Next, go to the right view and move the eyebrows a bit further from the newly created surface. Then go to select and choose first, which will select all the root vertices of the hair. Now we're gonna snap them all to the controller. For this you need to enable snap, choose face snapping and make sure to check project individual elements. Snap the vertices by pressing G without moving them. Great. Keep the roots selected and by pressing Ctrl+, select more vertices. Press W and choose smooth. You might want to do it a few times. Next, I'm going to select the last vertices. Move them a bit closer to the controller and smooth them out as well. It's also a good way to reveal some lonely vertices which need to be deleted. The next logical step is to add thickness to the curves. Go to Bevel and set the depth to your liking. Now decrease the resolution to 1 or 2. The cool thing is that all the thickness from when we were drawing has been saved. Also, for further optimization, I'm going to decrease the surface resolution. Now let's create a new material and change the viewport color to something darker to see what's going on. What I usually do next is some cleanup. I'm manually correcting the curves to make them more natural. Let some of the hairs stick out more, randomize them a little. I'm also looking for intersections and try to fix them. Also, a really powerful tool is the ability to individually scale the radius of the strands. Just enable proportional editing and choose projected from view. Here are the same eyebrows but with differently adjusted radiuses. Now that the shape is done, we need to deform the eyebrows in order to fit the face of our character. Duplicate the controller, change the name to Cage. Now go to Edit mode, extrude the surface and move it so that the cage covered all of eyebrows. In the viewport settings, choose Display as Wire. Next, let's select the eyebrows and add a new Mesh Deform modifier. Under the object, choose Cage and press Bind. As you can see, the cage now controls the curves, and you still have the ability to edit them however you want. Next, we need something to control the cage with. Just select the cage and add a Surface Deform modifier. Choose the controller as target and press Bind. To make things even more easy to control, I'm going to quickly add an empty and parent all the elements to it. It's time to finally apply the eyebrows to our character. Use an empty, locate and scale the eyebrows to best fit your model. Now select the controller and add a shrink wrap modifier. Choose your character's target. The cool thing is that you can still move and edit the eyebrows in real time. Now I usually add a mirror modifier to the eyebrows to check out how they look. But the shape still doesn't fit the character perfectly. In order to adjust it, I'm going to duplicate the controller's shrink wrap modifier and apply it as the shape key. Set the value of the shape key to 1 and in either sculpt mode or edit mode to fix the shape to your liking. Now what if you wanted to animate your character? How to make the eyebrows follow the expression? First you need to add a mirror modifier to all the elements to make sure that it's above other modifiers. Now mute the controller's shrink wrap modifier and the shape key. Because the number of vertices has changed, you're going to have to unbind some of the modifiers and bind them again. Now you can unmute the controller's shrink wrap and the shape key. Then select the controller, add a surface deform modifier and choose the character as the target. Now you can give your character whatever expressions you want and the eyebrows will follow. And that's it, my process of making eyebrows in Blender 2.80. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and if you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments.